Hey guys, welcome to Little Big Podcast. This is episode 127.
Alright, hope you guys enjoyed those brand new graphics. We got plenty more of where those came from. So, yeah, let's go ahead and kick it off with our art. First up,
we have Pig R. Ford's MM logo. Next, we have Hannah's Sackboy. Next, we have Tyler's wallpaper. Next, Lego Dogs 9 Sackboy. Next, we have Hollow Candle's Naruto Sack People, and it's a shout out to his brother Jordan Black. So, hey, hope you like those sack people.
Alright, next up is Kai's pastel art. Very cool. Ollie's World of LittleBigPodcast, which he slapped our heads on the World of Warcraft, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't know where he got that screenshot of Daniel's face.
I don't know. I was like,
it's one of those
cool
videos where he goes crazy, which is a lot of the
most
episodes.
of them.
Ryan's freehand doodle, which was very cool. Then we have Oliver Thomas's art and Tim's Photoshop, which was hilarious because he photoshopped Sackboy looking like he's about to explode onto my head from a couple weeks ago's episode.
It was funny.
Very strange, but very cool.
Yes.
And our final piece of art is LBP2's star
Can we call this a caricature?
caricature. We're going to leave this at caricature.
It looks cool.
Very cool. Good
Yeah.
job on those pieces of art. Now remember, if you're an artist, person who likes to draw, or
Person who
you
wants
have a pen and paper and you're bored,
Yes.
send in your art to littlebigpodcasters@gmail.com. Make sure the subject is art, or you include art somewhere in that letter so we can find it for the next week.
Yes, and just remember, you send in art and you could get discovered
As an artist.
or something like
And then,
that.
of course, we'll take 10% and
20.
20.
25. We're
That's-
fighters. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so just kidding. Moving on to our levels. Heart of Darkness Act 1 by Arnold23. Now, we're good friends with Arnold. We actually got to meet him up in New York City. And we were brought attention to this level by Chimpanzee PS3 on YouTube. Has an excellent playthrough of it on YouTube. Really
Yes.
neat new system.
Link to his channel. You can watch that. Really cool stuff.
Anyway, I guess we should probably go to the level now.
Yes.
So here's our fancy new level graphic. How do you like that? Right?
Yeah, it looks
I like
super
it.
cool.
Okay, so this level is absolutely incredible. It was inspired by Luos83's Caves of New Beta, and in case you haven't played that, you've really messed up and missed out. You haven't messed up at all, but you really missed out on a really awesome level. This was a beta, Little Big Planet 2 beta level, so back before the game was released. It was excellent. There are a lot of playthroughs of it on YouTube, so if you want to check it out, just look it up. I've also heard that some people are trying to port it back across to the full game, so
Don't know how well that
don't know
works.
if that'll go over too well, but there's a possibility of it coming back to the full game. And so yeah, very awesome level. It was brilliantly done. Great job, Arnold, and it looks brilliant. I mean, it was a blast to play through, and I really enjoyed it. So moving on, our second level is Tiki Trail by Jayhawk
Or is it Jayhawker?
It could be either. I don't really know. The underscore makes me think that it's something separated, but
Maybe it's Jayhawk.
Or
kind of
like a little awkward gap. So
Jayhawk.
anyway, this level was once again really brilliantly done. It had a theme that you don't see very often, like this more of like an island kind of jungle tiki kind of thing. Like you don't see that very often, or at least I don't see it very often.
The
so
only
really
time,
neat.
what were those levels called in Little Big Planet 1? Paradise
Remember.
Island, Paradise
We featured
something?
like all of them, and
They were so good. They were really cool, but I don't remember what they were called.
Was it Lost in Paradise?
Lost in Paradise. That's it. If you haven't played those levels,
Go back
look them
and
up.
play them. They are gems.
They're really cool. Super cool.
Yeah, so it kind of reminded me of that a little bit. It's a little different, but it was a great level. A lot of neat platforming challenges throughout the level, and it really made my head hurt by the end, but it was a lot of fun to play through. One thing that I really liked is it uses that one song at the beginning of the level. It uses one of the songs from the Pirates of the Caribbean backpack, regular pack, the Pirates of the Caribbean level pack, and you don't hear this song. I don't know why. I don't know why. But like I don't hear it very often, and it's a really neat song.
Yeah.
So props on using that because I like that song.
Yep.
Okay, and our final level is another mind bender, and it's Hop to It Part 1 by Ninska.
Yeah, so Austin finds this level, and he's trying to describe it to me. He's like, okay, so like the controls are all the same except for Square changes layers. I'm like, what? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was the most mind-blowing level I've played in a long time, just because something so simple as giving you can only switch between two layers, and you do that by toggling it with the square button. and it's something that I've never seen before, and it's really weird because I don't know, it's just really weird to I can't even describe it honestly, but it's so simple, but yet it adds so much of a challenge to the level, because there are a lot of parts where like you're gonna have like you're so used to doing it automatically, and then you're flying up towards the ceiling and you want to go off to a different direction, you know, you have to do that manually now, and it's almost like a manual versus automatic kind of car thing. Like
in a racing game, it's like, oh man,
you don't have to worry about gear shift.
I just burnt my engine out. No.
So this is a manual level.
Manual.
And yeah, it was
dude, we defined that, so nobody else gets to say that. It's a manual level.
So yeah, it's brilliantly done.
Great job.
Yeah, just go play it, because
it's cool.
Okay, so that was probably one of the most undescriptive level descriptions we've ever given.
But, I mean, like, there's no real way to describe it other than a manual level.
The visuals, besides the controls, the visuals were stunning. A lot of neat, really hard challenges. Probably the hardest thing that I went through in this entire level was there was a segment of an electric ceiling,
and bounce pads on the floor.
And then on the next layer back, it was an electric floor and a safe ceiling. So like you had to bounce up, switch yourself back so you didn't get shocked on the ceiling, and then fall, switch yourself back to hit the bounce pads. And you just had to do that back and forth like
pretty sure I saw you die once on this.
No, it was more than once. Way more than once. So yeah, it was an extreme challenge, a really fun level to play, and just a simple but unique twist on the game that really made it just like incredible. So once again, definitely go check that out. Brilliant level.
All right, now on to the news, and we have quite a bit this week. So let's get started with LBP.me. It just got an update, and now the Q button on the level page has a little bit different of a design. The top bar has a quick link to LittleBigPlanet.com and also back to the homepage of LBP.me. The footer has links to Facebook and Twitter, Little Big Planet Facebook and Twitter. And the LBP2 levels have a little pin up in the corner.
Right.
That's a black pin with a green tree.
Right, yeah, so usually the Little Big Planet 1 levels will have a white pin with a pink tree in it. Now, instead of just wondering, like, okay, why do only those have it, then they're both going to have it now, or at least in Little Big Planet LBP.me. I always say Little Big Planet.me.
Yeah.
What's the point of a short link if you always extend it?
LBP.me. So that's really cool, and I think that... Oh, and the cool pages were modified.
There's an algorithm now. I don't know... I would love to talk to one of the programmers and figure out how you make an algorithm for picking cool levels.
I would hate to talk to one of the programmers.
I'd hate to have that job. But yeah, that's really cool. So they developed a kind of modified and a little bit better algorithm to help pick out. I love that word. That's like one of my favorite words. Algorithm. You sound really smart when you say that.
I like logarithm.
Log.
It's just more obnoxious sounding. It's like, logarithm. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, cool pages are going to be cleaned up.
Cool pages.
Like a broom.
All better.
Broom.
Yes.
Okay, so Media Molecule and other kind of strange news. Now, there are going to be 3 reactions to this story. There's going to be people who are happy, there's going to be people who are sad, and there's going to be people who...
are confused and asking loads of questions.
So
now we're prepared to take on all 3 of you guys because we have answers to some of your questions.
It was officially confirmed and announced today that Media Molecule is going to be slowly stepping away from Little Big Planet 2 to work on a new future project. So what exactly does this mean? Well, Daniel is our official correspondent with Spaff from Media Molecule.
Yes.
And we got a few more details on what exactly is going on. So,
okay, so here's the big picture. Okay, so Little Big Planet has been worked on by Media Molecule. That was the developer for the first game. They did pretty much everything. But then as the game grew and the community grew and the need for more stuff grew, they brought on like more of a Little Big Planet family. So there's Supermassive Games, there's Maverick Games, there's
Double 11.
Double something games. There's like a bunch of different companies that all work on Little Big Planet, including Tarsier, which is developing LBP Vita. Now, Spaff is still going to be the community guy for Little Big Planet, but like Little Big Planet, they're kind of handing it off to these other people slowly. Like Media Molecule's still involved in it. They're just kind of slowly pushing it over to them.
I mean, as much as is going on with Little Big Planet 2 now, if it were any other game that wasn't so hugely involved in online and constantly developing and DLC and stuff, then it wouldn't be so hard to start working intensely on another game, another project, and still having to deal with, your old game. So,
but don't worry about it. They aren't going to leave us in bad hands. These guys know what they're doing. They're going to keep putting out updates. There's still going to be DLC. The community's not going to die. It's going to be really cool, actually. And then Media Molecule gets to make a new game.
Right.
That's going to be a totally new experience for all of us. And I can tell you that it's going to be amazing because I know what it is.
It's a new project.
Yeah, it's a new project. That's all I know about it.
All right, so speaking of DLC and all this great stuff, we have half-price DLC sale going on right now in the European PlayStation Store.
Yeah, so head on over to your local European PlayStation Store on your PS3 and check out those half-price DLC things. And I got this from Little Big Land, and they recommended Metal Gear Solid and Pirates because those both have trophies.
And levels.
So if you're going to pick those up, go ahead. Really cool levels.
Awesome stuff. And our final piece of news for this week is, once again, the Little Big Planet Central Community Meetup in St. Louis, Missouri, and that'll be going on from July 29th through the 31st. We are still trying to make plans to get out there ourselves. It's looking pretty likely that we'll be able to. No, hopefully. 100% yet. But, so hopefully we'll be there. Once again, if we are there, we'll be live streaming it for all of you guys who can't be there. If you don't know about it, go to bit.ly/LBP meetup, and that'll take you to the thread. If you're not a member of Little Big Planet Central, you'll have to sign in. And once you're signed in, you can get to the thread and see exactly what's going on. But it sounds like it's going to be a really great meetup. It's going on at a hotel in a convention area, a couple suites, and should be really awesome. There are discounted rates at the hotel because of the event. Be there. Yeah, and a lot of cool creators.
Yeah, I can't think of everybody. Yeah. If I start naming people, I'll forget people, and they'll be like, well, whatever. They think they're more important. But we're not getting into that. Awesome. There's a lot of cool people, and they're all listed on the RSVP list. So you can check that out.
Well, I think that's all we have for you guys this week. Hope you enjoyed our brand new motion graphics. I know I did.
Yes.
Or at least finally seeing them done.
Yeah, I didn't like working on them. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so be sure to head on over to LittleBigPodcast.com. We have a brand new YouTube channel layout thanks to our in-house graphic designer. While you're on our YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe. That'll let you know every time we put out a brand new video. That'll be really helpful. Also, you can subscribe to us on iTunes, get all of our episodes for free on your iPhone, iPod, iPad, Mac, PC, whatever you have it on. And so that's pretty much it. Definitely go check out the PlayStation Home Community Theater. We have a brand new video in there this week, and we'll have a brand new video in there next week, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Be sure to contact us if you have any questions, littlebigpodcasters@gmail.com. I'm Austin.
I'm Daniel.
And we will see you guys next Friday. Goodbye.
Bye.